he had a cut about 2 weeks into lockdown, and the coat that he's got, it means he's got to be cut again. Now, I've spoken before about a few tools that I've used in my kit that I use. He's acquired a few mats, just little mats behind his ears, because he's dropped undercoat even more with this hot weather that we've had this year. And to get the mats out, I use one of these tools, and I'm going to show you how to use them. I haven't fetched all the mat out straight away, but usually this is where he mats up, just behind his ears. It's because he wears a collar. He does wear a rolled collar and lead when we go out, so he gets a couple of mats. I don't know whether you can see them there, but they are just a couple of little mats just there. All you do with one of these little stitch picker tools, you can buy them off eBay. They're very, very cheap, and all you do is you just get the mat, the piece of clumped fur, and the sharp end, you put that through the mat and then just break it up like that. Just keep breaking it up and it will bring it out. You don't have to cut them out. It's an easy way to get them out without ruining the coat, and all you do is just keep breaking it up, and then eventually you'll just be able to pull them out, and that's it. That's all done. That's one out. As you can see, you can't even tell where it's been because we're not taking a big chunk out. Now there's another little bit here. This was one big mat, and I did break it up earlier today, and then I thought, oh yeah, I must video this for people to see how to do it. So again, take your tool. You've got a clump of fur, and you go in at the bottom, hold the bottom of with your thumb and finger, and then I usually hold the length of the hair, and I hold the bottom so I'm not stabbing the dog, and just ease it up into the knot. And as you ease it up, it will just break away from the bottom. He usually does sit still. He does get a bit bored, and he's a wimp as well, because he doesn't like you messing with his ears. Stand round, there you go, because he knows it does pull a little bit, but if you've got one that will sit, see, it's not quite ready to come out. So what we do is we just pull that a little bit back, and then all I do is just ease it through from the bottom and ease this mat out and just break it out, and then eventually you can pull it out. So there we go, it's just a little mat of fur, and it's basically the undercoat coming away, matting up and pilling into making like a felt, basically like a thick felt. So what we have to do is make sure that we get this out, and there's another piece there that just pulls out because it's already been broken out and it's pulled away far enough. These bits are a pain in the neck, as we know. He doesn't get matted anywhere else, just really. He does go a little bit between his legs, on the inside of his legs, on his back legs. But this is the main area, and as you can see, he's got another bit there. And all I'm going to do is just hold the bottom of his head, the fur, and then just ease it up and break it up, because that's the easiest way to do it, and it just stops it from matting up too much, and that's it, it's done. And you can see that was just a little bit of undercoat that we've just pulled out, and that's the one done. And I just go back and make sure I've got it all out, but I do this every time he's due for a cut. And we'll have a look at the other ear, because I know he does tend to get them in both ears. So again, I've got another one on this side, and all I'm going to do is just hold it at the bottom and then push it through and ease it into but make sure that you put your hand behind, so you're not going to stab the dog, because they are sharp, and they are what they're basically for, these things, is for putting stitches in a sewing. So when you're sewing and you've done something wrong, or whatever, you want to unpick something, basically you get your stitch picker and you put that underneath, and it will break the stitches without you having to cut them out with the scissors. So basically that's what your stitch picker is. I don't know whether they call them anything different in any other countries, but in England this is what we call them, stitch pickers. Like I say, you just cut them out, and they are very, very sharp, so be careful when be careful with the dog, and be careful with yourself, because they do tend to be a bit squiggly, the dogs. So if you can be careful, I'm going to move round and see if I can get him to sit there. Then sit still. Are you going to stand up now? You're going to stand up. Look that way. Let Mummy look at your ears. There you go. See if we can get them to... There we go. Oh, having a cough. There we go. So if you can move that round just a little bit, and I can ease it down just a bit so we can see. Now I can turn him round. There we go. So basically all I do is just ease it out and just have a look. There's a bit of a mat here. You see this bit? It's like felty, and that's basically where the his undercoat is dropping out close to his ears, and just put it into the knot and ease it out. So you've got, it will break it up, and a lot of the time if you can break them up you can actually brush them out. So it's basically bits of thick the undercoat just rubbing together. But the ears are one of the main places where you will get little mats. You don't have to cut them out, you can just ease them out, and it's a few minutes, that's all, just to ease them out. He's a wuss because he thinks if I'm pulling him, he doesn't like me touching his ears anyway. So this is always a fifth about, isn't it? Eh? It's always a fifth about. But there we go. That's the basics of how to use your stitch picker, of getting the little mats out from behind the ears without having to cut them out and leaving big gaps and holes in your dog's coat. It's just a matter of just easing them out. So you've still got the length, you've still got the main body of the coat, and all you're doing is just easing it out and drawing that fluff out that's got all pilled up, and eventually it does, because you'll find that most of the mats you'll be able to get your thumb and finger on behind it and still be able to get your stitch picker in and pull it out. There we go. So I'd already got most of it out without even pulling. It's just a bit of fluff, really. The undercoat that's not come out as it should. He's decided to slide down, he's getting bored, it's very warm here today. And then that's about it. That's it, all done. Okay, so this is the latest episode in our grooming regime. What we will do is we'll be posting some bits and pieces as we go along, as I think, well, I'll show people how to do this and how to do that when we're doing them. He's going to have a major cut today because, as I said, it is very, very warm. I wouldn't normally try and cut him back so far, but I think because he's suffering so much with the heat, I'm going to take him back a lot further than where I would normally. So just one more. I just found another bit of a mat. He's terrible. He hides them from me. There we go. So, but he's going to have a bath today, so I want him mat free and preferably as much undercoat out of him as possible, because when they're wet and you try to dry them, this loose undercoat that is just sitting in the coat will mat up, and trust me, you don't want to be this is why a lot of poms, if they go to groomers and a groomer doesn't understand that they must brush them out thoroughly before you bath them, they'll bath them and then they just mat up. And of course then what happens is they've got this dog now that is full of mats, that wasn't full of mats when they got him or her, and you're coming to fetch them at such and such a time, and they go, oh God, what are we going to do? It's going to take hours to brush them out. What we will do, I'll tell you what, we'll shave them. So that's what they do. So I guarantee you that's what's happened to a lot of poms that have gone to groomers, and they've been fetched back and they've been cut really, really short, and they've basically been shaved because the groomer themselves has not known that they have to brush them out first before you put them in the bath. I mean, he's just been brushed, he's constantly brushed, and I fetch out a lot of undercoat out of him. I've already done Gizmo earlier, so Gizmo is now being bathed as we speak. Well, we hope he is, because hubby says he's going to bath him for me. Hubby baths the dogs for me because I can't bend over the bath or whatever, so he does that bit for me. But there we go. This is what we're doing, you see. I'm getting him ready to have a bath. I'm going to cut him, and he's going in the bath. And then when he's dry, we'll have another look at him and see if I need to take any more off him. But at the minute, it's a good brush. Take as much of this undercoat out until he's ready for his bath and a nice cut. But lovely, thank you very much for watching. We hope we'll watch one of our other videos and see what's going on with all those. Like I say, there's lots of little bits of videos and little tips on there for you, so do have a look at all the other videos, and Brent and I will see you soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.